Good evening and welcome to Ville News. I'm Elizabeth Wicht alongside Maura Haughey, here to give you the latest local, state, and national and global headlines.
Coming up, we have updates on a pilot rescued from Iran and a temporary ceasefire between the U.S., Israel, and Iran. Stay tuned because Ville News starts now.
An incredible rescue occurred in Iran as an F-15E Strike Eagle of the 494th Fighter Squadron was shot down over southwest Iran on April 3rd. The aircraft carried 2 crew members, a pilot, call sign Dude 44 Alpha, and a weapons systems officer, Dude 44 Bravo. The pilot ejected safely and was rescued soon after the crash, but the weapons systems officer, a colonel of the United States military, was lost behind enemy lines for more than 24 hours in the Zagros Mountains, evading capture and struggling to survive. U.S. forces acted swiftly and with stealth before hostile units could intercept the situation, and were able to successfully return the colonel home in an impressive, tightly coordinated operation. Reports indicate that a new device called the Ghost Murmur, specifically designed to find missing persons, was the key to this operation. The instrument is placed on an aircraft and is able to locate somebody by listening to the electromagnetic pulses made by their heartbeat on the ground below. This technology, combined with the bravery and expert planning from U.S. forces, serves as a reminder of the quiet strength of the United States military and their long-standing commitment to never leave a service member behind.
6 weeks into the war in Iran, a temporary ceasefire was agreed to between the nations of the U.S., Israel, and Iran. This 2-week ceasefire was mediated by Pakistani officials and also included plans to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. The announcement came hours after Trump had previously threatened that, quote, "a whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again," end quote. His comments drew condemnation from Trump's opponents and calls to remove him via the 25th Amendment. The ceasefire was disputed by Israel and the U.S. as not including hostilities between Israel and Lebanon, which Pakistan and Iran refuted. As of April 9th, over 1,700 civilians have been killed in Iran, with more killed in Lebanon, as Israel begins an internationally condemned attack on the country.
After our break, we'll have updates on a toddler who suffered minor injuries at Zoo America in Hershey and Pennsylvania's first underground state park. Ville News will be right back. A toddler suffered minor injuries at a wolf enclosure at Zoo America in Hershey Park. The parents have now been charged with endangering the welfare of children, according to Derry Township Police. The parents of the small child walked about 25 to 30 feet away to a seating area with benches around noon on Saturday. The child then went through a small opening in a wooden barrier perimeter fence and entered a restricted area. Police stated that, quote, "From the injuries sustained, it appears as though one of the wolves in the enclosure instinctively and naturally grabbed onto the child's hand with its mouth. Several bystanders intervened and helped pull the child away," end quote. A spokesperson from the zoo also made a statement sharing that the 1.5-year-old crawled under the enclosure and sustained minor surface-level injuries from the animal.
Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro announced that the grand opening of Laurel Cabin State Park in Fayette County, designating it as Pennsylvania's first underground state park. The new park becomes the Commonwealth's 125th state park and the first new state park designation since 2022. The 435-acre site features the largest and deepest limestone cave in Pennsylvania, with more than 4 miles of passages reaching depths of about 476 feet. State officials say that the park attracts about 50,000 visitors annually and is expected to support tourism and local businesses in the region. The property was donated to the Commonwealth by the Kale family, who first opened the caverns to the public in 1964. Officials say that the park will reopen to the public on April 22nd with free park access and a guided cave tours available during the 2026 season.
After our break, 2 parents being charged with aggravated assault and repairs to a pond at the Lititz Historical Foundation. Ville News will be right back. Officers were called to a home in Lancaster City for a physical argument, which led to a baby being struck in the head. According to the court documents, Kimberlyn Vidier-Dubaum and Louis Reyes-Pagan were arguing over something on Reyes-Pagan's phone. This led to Reyes-Pagan striking Vidier-Dubaum multiple times and, in the process, striking a 3-month-old baby in the head. Reyes-Pagan claims to have been actively hitting Vidier-Dubaum in the back when he instead struck the baby she was holding. Once first responders arrived, the baby girl was transported to Lancaster General Hospital and transferred to Penn State Health Milton S. Hershey Medical Center, where they discovered a fracture in her skull and intracranial bleeding. Both Vidier-Dubaum and Reyes-Pagan were charged with aggravated assault, endangering the welfare of children, and simple assault, with Vidier-Dubaum also being charged for harassment.
Over Easter weekend, the Lititz Historical Foundation's garden pond was vandalized. The pond is home to several species of fish as well as one frog, and is a staple feature in the community. Volunteers scrambled to combat the issue, but unfortunately one of the fish in the pond was killed as a result of the vandalization. The vandals in question threw several large stones into the water, disrupting the ecosystem and causing damage. Matt Sams, a gardener who is responsible for the grounds of the Lititz Historical Foundation, said that the damage was, quote, pretty intense, and that they needed to, quote, drain all the water out and get the fish out, end quote, because the pond's pump was damaged as well. The president of the Lititz Historical Foundation estimated that the repairs were likely going to equate to $1,000, and they looked to the community for donations to assist in funding the restoration and preventing future incidents. Most of the cleanup was completed the Monday following the incident, and the fish were returned to their home. There is still some work to be done, but luckily the damage was not too severe. The pond is preserved as a safe haven for the aquatic life that reside there, thanks to the volunteers that put in the work to fix the damage.
That's all we have for this week for Ville News. I'm Elizabeth Wicht.
And I'm Maura Haughey.
Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in next week for the latest local, state, and national headlines.